Yo, this Arfican Ant. I got two guests with me today. I got Lil Will and Dollar Buck. About to pull them on here.
What's up?
Chippewa, what's going on?
That's Lil Will at the bottom.
What's up? What's up?
That's Dollar Buck up top, man. How y'all doing today?
Good,
Chilling,
good.
man.
Yeah, these two guys, my coworkers, man, they be talking all this crap. They be sounding crazy. So I'm like, I got to get y'all on the show. Y'all can say some of them crazy takes y'all have. Sounding like Stephen A. Well, not no, y'all don't sound like Stephen A. I don't know what y'all sound like though. But y'all be having some crazy takes though. And I like, man, we got to get y'all on here. So my people, my
man.
fans can see if they feel how I feel and how y'all feel.
Think
You
you
know I
in
live
the world feel how you feel.
Huh? What you say?
I see you the only one that feel that way. Nobody agree with you, but we gonna see.
Yeah, we gonna see. We gonna see. I should have done it live to see what people had to say, but it's all good though.
Right, right.
So how y'all doing today, man? On this good Saturday.
Man, chilling,
Good,
enjoying the
man.
weather.
Okay. We gonna start with the Browns, man. So they had two preseason games. They had one last night. So from what y'all seen with the starters last night, what's y'all expectations? What do y'all think the Browns feeling is for this season?
Yeah, I feel like Deshaun Watson gonna look like a top 10 quarterback again this year. I want to see how Nick Chubb do. I feel like we're gonna be a solid team though. Playoffs iffy. Honestly, I think the AFC real tough, but we should be able to get in.
All right. You was down there last night in the atmosphere, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. Got to
Crazy.
go back.
Hey, what you think, Dollar Buck?
I mean, I think we looking good this year, man. The offense marched down, you know what I'm saying, the field yesterday with ease. Had Nick Chubb been in there instead of Felton and Kelly, we would have punched that in. Um, and the defense looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? Zadarius looking like he really want to be here, like he loving the Cleveland atmosphere and the Cleveland fans. So the D line looked real good even without Myles Garrett. Um, so everything looks smooth. Special teams a little shaky. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. We took K York with an early pick last year.
Trash.
And the dude, you know what I'm saying? He's stinking it up. He got all the talent in the world, I think, but he, you know what I'm saying? It
I
seemed
think it's
like
time for no kicker.
he got the nerve.
For a new kicker.
You ain't got the nerve. You ain't got no spot. You know what I'm saying, to be no kicker in the NFL. So we gonna see how the next few games go.
So my biggest thing is the defense. How y'all think Shorts did as the coordinator with the defense? How did they look? I know they was like second string, but how did they look?
It was
Good.
flying around. Like they got to where they needed to get to. I'm real excited about our D line. I want to see how our linebackers look. Last year, I feel like between our D tackles and our linebacker, that was our biggest mistakes. I feel like Delphi should have played, but like I said, that's what I really want to see.
They played the star of the defense, the second star of the defense. Like I ain't see him play because I saw the highlights. I ain't get the chance to really watch the whole game.
No, Denzel wasn't out there.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was.
Nah.
Glad you said second star though.
Because Miles is the star of the defense. We all know that.
Yeah,
Denzel, the captain of the defense.
Zadarius looking like he gonna make a run to be that second star. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. That's the one. That's the one came from Ohio State, right? That
No,
DB.
that's the guy that he been in the league a
Minnesota.
couple years, but he started out with Green Bay and then he was with Minnesota the past I think like year or two maybe. But man, he flying off the line, and then even the backup defensive linemen look good. They was getting to the quarterback and stuff. So
Yeah, number 54. I don't remember his last name, but he looked fast though. JOK was flying around
Yeah,
last
he
night as
changed his
well.
number too. He kind of threw me off. Somebody
Yeah,
else
number
had
6.
yeah. Somebody else had 28. What about them backup quarterbacks, man? I didn't. I liked it. All them quarterbacks. I know I like Dobbs, but I
I
liked
think
it the
Dorian.
other one too, number 17.
I think Dorian Thompson Robinson making a strong push. Man, he looked good. Like
yeah,
everything was in rhythm. Didn't look rushed. He didn't. You know what I'm saying? For him to be a rookie, he looked real poised.
Who was that running back that was starting number 8? I can I didn't know who that was.
Number 8.
That
Niggas,
that wasn't the running back. That was the wide receiver.
or they
Yeah,
just
that was
had
Elijah
him
Moore.
lined up in the backfield.
They
Yeah,
put him in the backfield,
yeah.
and he showed what he can do. Uh, so that was a good sign too to see them just getting the ball in Elijah Moore's hands in different ways. Like he looking like he might be Watson's favorite target this year too. So
Elijah Moore.
yeah, you know what I'm
I ain't seen
saying.
nothing from Peoples Jones.
He baking our top corners in training camp. You know what I'm saying, baking them.
Yo boy. Yo
Yeah,
boy.
I
yeah.
heard. No, I ain't seen him bake. Hey, he got one. I seen one play he got on Denzel, but I wouldn't say he was baking them. I
Killing
wouldn't say
me.
all that.
Killing me.
He had a couple good plays on him. They, iron shopping iron. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Who was getting abused? They've been talking about it on the radio. It's Jedrick Wills. That he
Time
was
for him to go too.
third string was giving them problems. Like he was looking bad.
Chase Young bull rushed him bad last night. Put him in the backfield. Good thing Watson was mobile to get out of there, but calling for Wills too, man. I think it's time for him to go.
Then they ain't that say that's what they said you play like, right? We was on
No. They compared me to Joe Thomas, not
that's
Jedrick Wills.
right. He was a right tackle. You know you want no left tackle, man.
It don't matter. We got the same footwork.
So what's y'all expectations for the Browns? What y'all think the record gonna be if y'all don't mind giving a prediction?
I had to see the schedule, but I definitely
We got three division games first. Out
I'm
the dope.
gonna say playoffs. I'm gonna say
Playoffs.
playoffs. I'm not necessarily gonna predict the record because you know what I'm saying the Browns is the Browns, but I think we gonna make our way into the playoffs and go further than the first round for sure.
I need to see wild card or we a little short.
Wild card, we a little short. I ain't gonna get my prediction, man, because I don't know. I ain't really get to see the whole game, so I can't wait to see a whole preseason game. You know what I'm saying, to get my prediction. Speaking of that, I saw an interview with Chubbs. He was on the pivot. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big dude, man.
Yeah,
Fred Taylor big. He was making Fred Taylor look kind of small. Like he a big guy, but he was talking about his injury he had in college. He tore he tore all his ligaments in his knees. So I think it was ACL, MC, tore them all. It was like real bad. Like what's his name? That played for the
Willis
Warriors.
McGahee?
Who?
I thought you
Chris
talking about Willis
Livingston.
McGahee.
Literally like Livingston. Like it was that bad of an injury, and they were saying that they didn't know if he's gonna come back. But we see today that he is, to me, the top running back in the league. And it brings me to the running back category, which they also asked him about why he think they're going away from the running back, and they don't value the running back no more. So I'm gonna ask y'all that same question because it seems as if it's no value on running backs no more.
I mean the value on running back has diminished because I mean as we know it's a passing league. So the running back now got to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield, be able to block, and then I mean with this day and age even be able to line up in the slot. So with mentioning the slot, you got like you seen last night, like you mistake the number 8 for being a running back. You got guys who are receivers that can catch the ball out of the backfield or run the ball out of the backfield. So you don't need that downhill hard runner no more. And especially because you're not trying to pay them dudes, man. Like, unfortunately, the business of the game is what it is. Like, they get banged up and stuff like that, and then you don't want to pay them. So when you can slide a guy like Deebo Samuel into the running back slot and your running game not miss a beat, why do you still need to be paying the huge running backs that only can run the ball between the tackles when the game is outside of the tackles now?
Because Nick Chubbs don't come a dime a dozen. Derrick Henry, he don't come a dime a dozen.
Yeah, those guys have gotten paid.
They don't come.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys have gotten paid.
They wanted to trade both of them, man. They was trying to trade what's in that Derrick Henry at the end of last year. They was trying to make a move for him.
Yeah, and
Browns, you know they ready to trade Chubb. They act
And
like
that's
they
it. And that's what I'm talking about with the business of the game. The reason why that is because those guys have taken a lot of banging and bruising. Like, and that's not to say that those guys aren't good running backs, but you running backs only for the majority they got the average running back is only in the league 3 to 4 years. So when you got a guy that's gonna be your bell cow, he your bell cow for those couple years, and you pay him well during those couple years, but you it's business, man. You can't make stupid decisions and be paying a banged up Derrick Henry. He's starting to miss games. Nick Chubb is
Yeah,
starting to miss games. We see like
Jonathan
and
Taylor as well missed games.
Nick Chubb is missing games while also splitting carries.
not act
So
like people in other positions not missing game. You know what I'm saying? Running back, they do get banged up because they pretty much taking hits every play. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna be a little banged up. That's why you had two running backs in the backfield. However, like with a running back like Chubbs might not be the best blocker, but he gonna try to put that block down in that backfield. You know what I'm saying? He gonna
Chubb
run out and catch them balls. He done, he ain't got the best hands, but he gonna catch some of them passes though. He's a fact.
Chubb is a running back who has gotten paid. So like running backs like Chubb, Derrick Henry, those guys have gotten paid, and then the versatile running backs have gotten paid too. You know what I'm saying? Christian McCaffrey, like Christian McCaffrey, you can line him up in the slot. He can run between the tackles if you need him to, or outside of the tackles, and he's willing to block. So running backs have to add more versatility to their game if they want to be paid or be phenomenally strong. Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, but you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The dudes that spurt for 1 year or something like that, you got to show more than 1 year in order to get paid.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just feel like them guys can do more. They do more than just run the ball. Like the ones that I named, yeah, they get a little banged up because they taking a lot of hits. I just think like they really trying to go away from that altogether, which is gonna put the reason why to me is because they want to have a high scoring game. The only way you can have high scoring games is throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying, to the receiver. So that's why I think they going the way they think the people gonna come back and watch more when they have high scoring games. It look more entertaining versus a game that's a good defensive game. The running back grinding up the clock by running the ball. You know, the getting 10, 15 yards here, stuff like that. They wanted to be high scoring, so it'd be a faster game. That's what I believe.
but when you running the ball, the clock's still running. So I, I don't think they're gonna go completely away from a running back. They too important to a team. Now they not as important as it used to be back in the day, but they're still a very important piece of a team.
Yeah, and I mean, like again, when you mentioned Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry, those those teams know what kind of running back they got. So that's why they're feeding those guys. But when you got an average running back like James Conner or something like that, man, yeah, you gonna air it out with a running back like that. Like he gonna have his runs and stuff like that, but he's not Nick Chubb, he's not Derrick Henry. And going back to pay, he shouldn't get that kind of pay. But you know what I'm saying? That guy has gotten paid.
Yeah, I mean, I know what they trying to do, and you got a good point. We gonna move on because we gonna move on that one. And speaking of running backs, just like with the centers in the NBA game today, is not position ball. Like in the past, you kind of compare the running backs, what they doing to the running backs, what they already done to centers in the NBA. Because back in the day, in the '90s, early 2000s, they would come inside out, or you had to have a dominant big man or a good big man in a good guard. But nowadays, you can have guys like Draymond Green that's 6'6", probably 220, 230, being a big man that's banging with big guys down in the paint. You know what I'm saying? There's smaller guys in the paint, smaller than that, banging in the paint because they're
But
going away from the center position. Now it's more like a spread a big man that's able to shoot the three, that's able to handle the ball.
Skill
but just,
set.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Jokic got paid, and B got paid, so you can't really say that. Them the two best big guys in the league, and they still getting their bag. So a lot of these big men, they don't got no skill set. Like the Rudy Gobert, he got a, you know what I'm saying, he got a pretty good bag, but what can he really do? He a liability on the offensive end. You go on 4-on-5.
But what I'm saying, like it's not uh, it's not position ball like it was before. It's just skills. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a friend. When my friend was like my homeboy, he was like on a podcast. He was like, man, you got to understand something. Dominantly, the league, the NBA is black athletes. It's like who want to see white guys running up and down the court shooting? And I was like, dude, that's what it is now. Like it's just exactly that. Just guys running up and down the court shooting. It ain't no you don't see no dunks like that. Every once in a while, you don't see nobody getting dunked on because they move out the way. You know what I'm saying?
You see people get dunked on every week.
Right.
John Morant trying it.
Go crazy all the time. But the game of basketball has evolved. Like it's not enough to be Kendrick Perkins, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that's your favorite guy. It's not enough to be a stalwart in the paint. Like you gotta have some type of skill set, not just be, you know what I'm saying, a bully. So like guys like Jokic, guys like Embiid, they're still the traditional big man, but they have also evolved their skill set where they can step out to the 3-pointer, you know what I'm saying, and open the court up for guards to be able to drive the ball and do more. So the traditional big man, yeah, that guy is gone. So you won't see guys in the league like Kendrick Perkins anymore. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to him because he made a career, you know what I'm saying? But you won't see guys like Kendrick Perkins in the league anymore. Rick Smiths, like dudes that's just tall. Sean Bradley, dudes is just tall with no talent that don't, you know what I'm saying, deserve to be in the league versus a guy that's like Draymond Green or a guy that's like Charles Barkley that has the skill set to play. Even though they shorter, they got the skill set to play against bigger guys. Like you seeing more of the athleticism be in the league versus guys with height.
What's bringing me to my next question? Really not a question. Yeah, well, my next question. Joker, right? We
Best
had
player in the league.
at work,
Best player
and
in the league right now, man.
I said, like, if Joker played in that early 2000s, late 90s era, he would be nothing but a Peja Stojakovic. You know what I'm saying? Peja is a dog. Like, he is a dog player, but he wasn't no superstar like Joker is today. But he was a dog. Like, he was a good passer. He was a good shooter. He can handle the ball. But he was like 6'10", 6'11". Usually when you 6'10", 6'11", they got you playing center. But as a skill position back in them days, because Peja probably wasn't strong. Neither is Joker. Couldn't do nothing with nobody like no Shaqs or them other big man in that era. Like he couldn't bang with them like that. So
How can you say Jokic not strong? When do you see him get pushed around? Just because you don't see him play the game around the rim don't mean he weak. Like he showed everything in this finals run when he won the finals, man. Like, come on, just because the dude got a crazy skill set in his bag, you can't disrespect him and say he weak because you don't see him get pushed around, and you can't diminish him to a Peja Stojakovic, man.
Stojakovic is a good player. That's not no disrespect.
Peja Stojakovic is a good player. He's a, you know what I'm saying, an excellent shooter.
He was a sharp. He was a sharp.
Jokic is more Magic Johnson than he is Peja Stojakovic, man. Be for real.
Like he rebounding, assisting,
assisting, dribble the ball. Come on, man.
The reason why Peja wasn't like in like the main guy is because they had them big dogs in that paint that wasn't going for that type of shit. Like they wasn't like the Shaqs. You know what I'm saying?
You can't keep saying Shaq. Nobody did anything with Shaq.
Right,
He's the most dominant player ever. You can't keep saying Shaq.
It was other guys too, man, that was blocking shit. Like Marcus Camby, he was blocking shit. Alonzo, he was
Bro,
blocking.
I can't
That
believe
was
you just
strong.
mentioned Marcus
Marcus
Camby like
Camby is a dog, man. He's a dog, man.
more of a dog than Jokic.
I ain't saying he's more a dog. He was a dog.
Everything
But
that
he
Marcus
did. He
Camby.
brought defense. But he brought defense to that game, and with that defense, you ain't about to just be coming to the hole any old kind of way because he's gonna be down there to
I
contest.
mean, don't
You
Rudy
act like
Gobert got
anybody come
defense?
to the hole any kind of way on Jokic.
Gobert wouldn't be doing nothing in the early 2000s.
But I'm saying, like, he got defense, right? He blocked shots, right? And what Jokic do to him? Dog, I got 40. Go watch that game. Dog, I got 40.
Rudy Gobert don't got no skill either. He ain't
But I'm saying, you
skilled.
talking about somebody that blocks shots.
He ain't
That's
athletic.
Rudy.
Ain't athletic. Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert. Nobody really going to the hole trying to dunk or do nothing like that.
But everybody trying to dunk on him.
Man,
Anybody that get a good lane, they trying to dunk.
Man, for real. Everybody playing outside the perimeter. Big man got to be able to guard people outside the perimeter because that's where everybody playing at, man. Nobody in the paint with their back to the basket no more. It ain't that type of game.
That game is over with.
It ain't that type of game. That's why I said if he played in the early 2000s, late 90s, he would be like Peja Stojakovic because he wouldn't be playing with his back to the basket.
He's 7 feet. He's strong and he got good feet work. Yes, he will.
Anyway, we're gonna move on. We don't have time to keep on. I don't have time to keep going back and forth.
I know your fans gonna be like, man, this thing ain't crazy. You don't know shit.
You just
know
use
that
that same link.
You say what now?
Use that same link. Imagine the Joker trying to do something with Dwight Howard in the paint. Forget Shaq. Dwight Howard with his back to the basket, how strong he was, like how dominant he was, man. He wouldn't be able to do nothing with Dwight Howard. And Dwight was jumping like he was. He be dunking all on Dwight, man.
He's right. He'll be dunking on Dwight. I'm glad you said it.
Dwight to be dunking on him.
I mean,
Dwight
he's still
on Joker, man. We gonna move on.
If he went against Dwight Howard, he still be a 20 and 10 guy. He better than Dwight Howard.
We gonna move away from basketball. I want to go into boxing real quick when we get out of here. I saw Montana Love Cleveland's own.
Ooh.
He posted this today on his page. Said, him versus Ryan Garcia, and he said, "What y'all think?" So we gonna go, and I want to hear what y'all think about that.
I'll go first.
Okay,
Shit.
go ahead.
I mean, I think it's a good matchup. I gotta go with the guy from Cleveland, but it's definitely not gonna be a easy one in my opinion. Definitely would be the best fighter that he's fought with the best skill set. I mean, dude then fought Gervonta, and yeah, he did get knocked out, but he also didn't do, you know what I'm saying? He didn't go out there and embarrass himself either. But Montana got that dog in him, that, you know what I'm saying, that Cleveland dog in him, so I definitely have to roll with him in that fight. I feel like he take this fight, win this fight, this put him right there for a title shot. You know, him and Rollies that had a back and forth a couple years back. So that'd definitely, you know what I'm saying, make for an excellent fight. A lot of shit talk. You know what I'm saying? I hope he can make that fight, or I hope they can make that fight.
I heard he used to bully you when you was boxing back in the amateur. I heard Montana used to bully you. I'm just playing.
No, man. Nah.
What you think, Will?
I ain't really that strong on boxing, but I'm gonna just go with Montana just because he from Cleveland. But y'all know way more about boxing than me.
This what I'm gonna say, right? This what I'm gonna say right here. No, because the way Tank knocked out Ryan, everybody think Ryan is just sweet. Like, number one, that's a money grab fight. That's a money fight right there. That's why you want to fight him.
Oh yeah.
Number two, I'm gonna just be 100. I love Montana's skill set. I think he a good fighter. but I don't think he can fuck with Ryan, man. I'm gonna just be real because Ryan got power, and we seen Montana go down quite a few times, and we seen him take some power punches, and stood there and kept going, like wasn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I don't think he can. I don't know, man. I don't think he'll beat Ryan though.
I
And
mean,
Ryan
he
with Derrick James too.
come on now, don't mention Derrick James right now.
Listen, Derrick gonna prove himself with AJ.
Don't mention Derrick James right now. You better
Derrick
hope
James gonna get back right, man.
you better
Chill on my boy.
you better hope AJ win
Let's talk
tonight.
about the subject at hand. You trying to go somewhere else?
No,
We gonna get there though. I know you thirsty. We gonna get there.
No, man, I ain't even got nothing to say about that. I'm just cracking jokes. But I mean, the, Ryan do got power, but Montana got power too. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him drop a former world champion and Ivan Baranchek. So you can't doubt Montana's ability to, you know what I'm saying, put his weight on him, because he's the more natural 140 guy. So you can't doubt his ability to put some weight on him and be able to move him around and hit him with some power. It's not like we've seen Ryan Garcia.
Oh shit. Oh man, I don't know what happened. I just lost him while he was
Man,
talking.
you done fucked up the church
Here you
money.
go. No, here you go. Yeah, go ahead. What was
Yeah,
you saying?
I was saying you can't doubt Montana's ability to, him being the natural 140-pound guy, be able to put his weight on him and impose his authority on him and hit him with some power.
I'm betting
We
with Montana because he's from the hometown. I'm gonna
okay.
bet with him, but I don't think Ryan is slouch, man. Like a lot of people think he is slouch because of the way the Javante fight went, but he ain't no slouch.
No, I don't think he knows slouch either, and that's why I said this would be Montana's, you know what I'm saying, hardest opponent with the best skill set he done seen. Ryan Garcia guy, you know what I'm saying, some of the best boxing in the game of boxing. That's why I think, you know what I'm saying, a lot of guys, like, that was a high risk fight for Javante to take, even though he did win it. He took a risk fighting that guy because, you know what I'm saying, he really got it.
It's funny too that he didn't call out Rolly and he got a title at 140. Ryan don't. That's how I know it's about money. He trying to get that bag because he's probably trying to get out of boxing. Rolly is the easier one to fight. Like shit,
Yeah,
Rolly the
but
easier one to beat.
Rolly is the easier one to beat. But if he beat Rolly, how much more fanfare does that give him versus him beating Ryan Garcia? And then, like you said, the money, he gonna make a whole lot more money fighting Ryan Garcia than he is Rolly's. Him and Ryan Garcia may be able to try and make something pay per view. With Rolly's, you know what I'm saying, you regular Showtime PBC in it.
You don't think that's a big step up for Montana? You don't think he should take another fight? Like I said, I comment. I don't know what happened. I comment on there and I told him. I said he should try to. I told him he should fight Gary Antoine Russell. I think that'd be a good step up fight for him, Gary Antoine Russell. But you know what I'm saying? Or he's supposed to fight Richardson Hitchens, but Richardson Hitchens is another fight. You know what I'm saying? Because Montana had got injured, but I don't know, man. I think everybody want Ryan because he a money grab, but I don't think Ryan fight Montana is a high risk, low reward situation. So I don't think he would fight him unless he gets something from him.
Yeah, I don't think that they fight either. So we really talking hypotheticals, but you know what I'm saying. I think that they may see each other down the line potentially. You know what I'm saying. Both of them on the up and up.
I want to touch on Spence and Bud Crawford. I want to say this. First of all, I want to take my hat off to Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do in that fight against Earl Spence. He showed up and he showed out. You know what I'm saying? No excuses. Terrence was the better man. He the greatest fighter right now in boxing, man. I'm going to say that first before I say anything. But I also want to take my hat off to Terrence and Earl because both of them was like 100% professional. If you want to make an example or use some two fighters as an example of what professionalism look like, all the way around the board, it'd be them two guys, man. I wanted to say that first. What's y'all take on the fight? I just wanted to get that out first.
Feel like something was wrong with Earl, man. I never seen Earl look like that. I think he was weight drained, something, but he had no power. I wasn't used to that. No. Quan called it though. I will say that on the podcast. He definitely called everything that was gonna happen. But I ain't see that happening like that.
We ain't giving him that kind of credit.
Come on now,
I got
man.
to. I got to, man. He called it
You
out.
got to.
He did call it though. He did call it, man.
You know what I'm
He's the only
saying?
person I heard call it like that. I thought it
Dean
was
too.
50-50.
Dean too. Dean
I,
said it too.
I called it. I called it, man. Terrence Crawford is something like we never seen before, man. And I called it because, like you said, I don't want to take anything away from Errol Spence because he's a great fighter. He's gonna go down as one of the all-time greats. I don't really see anybody else in boxing beating him besides Terrence Crawford. But Terrence Crawford is just that dude, man. He got that it factor. Like the guy came in there, you know what I'm saying, super focused, and he had doubters to prove wrong. Like always been a Bud fan, man, since he, you know what I'm saying, came out. A lot of guys hate it, you know what I'm saying, on him. But his skill set is just phenomenal, man. A guy that can fight orthodox or southpaw. I don't even know if I can say equal power in both hands, but you know what I'm saying, like super power in both hands. Like his ring prowess, his ring intelligence, man. The dude showed what he really can do. Like as he said in his post interview, he switched it up from a flick jab to a power jab, and it was something that, you know what I'm saying, Errol Spence hasn't seen. Like everybody came in there thinking Errol Spence was gonna have the more powerful jab and the bigger jab, and he showed everybody different. I want to see, you know what I'm saying, I want to see a rematch because I can honestly say, and I said on here, Errol Spence didn't look like, you know what I'm saying, how he normally looks, and that could be because he was weight drained or he might have had an injury, and he, you know what I'm saying, he the type of dude, like he said, he's not gonna make no excuses, or it just could be because of, you know what I'm saying, Terrence Crawford's greatness. But what I will say is I don't think that he should ever take that fight again at 47. At 47 is more of the same thing. I think he moved up to, both of them are interested in moving up to 54, but I think, you know what I'm saying, they move up to 54 and we see what he looked like at a more natural weight against Terrence Crawford, you know what I'm saying, really moving up because he started out, 135? So,
Yeah, 135.
Yeah.
And Earl started at like 148, 150, something like that. He was fighting that catch weight for whatever reason. He fought his whole boxing career at 147.
Yeah, so he's outgrown that weight. But we gonna see. Like I told, you know what I'm saying, and you probably one of the biggest Spence fans I know. Like I told you before, like, man, he can't come in there with the same game plan. He fought Ugas and Sean Porter and Danny and them guys because, you know what I'm saying, Terrence Crawford is
Ugas.
Terrence Crawford a different animal.
Not to cut you off, my apologies, but one thing Bob Arum did say is Earl can't have a hard time fighting southpaws, but if I can remember, Ugas was a southpaw. Ugas was doing the same thing that Terrence did. He was throwing the jab first, but Earl made adjustments to that jab. You can go back and watch that fight. He made adjustments to it. You know what I mean? And he didn't make those adjustments versus Terrence Crawford. I ain't taking nothing from Terrence. There was certain stuff Terrence did that made it difficult for Earl. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing from Terrence, but we know that wasn't Earl. No, that wasn't the Earl we used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully everybody was saying Earl should retire. He got how you say that?
Neurological
Damage. They saying he got neurological damage. I don't know if it's possible, but I don't think so because they saying it came from the accident.
Yeah,
maybe
man,
happened in that training camp. Something might have happened in the training camp leading up to the Crawford fight. But you can't use that because He dominated Danny Garcia and Ugas after the exit. So it might have been some. If he do got it was something that was in that training camp to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he might have in preparation of fighting, you know what I'm saying, Terrence Crawford and knowing this probably gonna be the most powerful dude he fought, he might have brought in, you know what I'm saying, too heavy of a sparring partners and you know what I'm saying, got dropped or something like that. And as we know, you get dropped a certain type of way, you know what I'm saying, you never the same. So we gotta see what he gonna look like um, after the fact. I think December is too early. Um, but I know he also don't want to, you know what I'm saying, wait too long to try and get his get back, but not at 147.
I think gonna be at 154 for sure. Because Terrence said he had made problems. He had problems making weight too. But I think that the fact that Earl jab, he didn't have no power behind his punches, made it easier for Terrence to just stand in that pocket, throwing him off because it wasn't nothing he was worried about getting hurt or getting caught with something that would have, knocked him off his square because it wasn't nothing behind it. So that was one thing that played a part in Terrence being able to just stand still. That he just delivered them power jabs that he did. I never seen nobody that have a jab that had a fighter reacting to a jab other than Fury. I'm gonna keep saying this. Him and Fury, I don't know what they did, or who showed them how to get that type of jab, but every fighter need that kind of jab. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I wanted. Then another thing too, I want to say is a lot of people trying to they talking down on Earl like he was never that guy. Like we can't forget how many world champions that Earl beat. We can't forget that he took his title from each person that he got it from. He took it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From some dogs, some champions that was champions previous before he even fought them. He took the title from him. So let's not forget that. Then they tried to say that guys came up from 140, Danny came up from 140. That's true. But they had fights at 147, multiple fights before they even fought Earl. So that I don't want to hear that either. I ain't taking nothing from Earl or Terrence. Terrence was the better guy in that fight, man. With that being
Come on,
said,
man. The greater guy, you know what I say? The greater guy. That
yeah, better fighter
was,
that night. But shout out y'all Instagram. So if anybody want to follow y'all on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Follow me on Instagram, head honcho 216. With head underscore honcho 216.
follow me at K Sharif underscore.
Y'all know where to follow me at. This African Ant. It's my man Quan, Lil Will. We out.